That's the problem. They just don't latch in reliably. Welcome back to the Amusing Greg. If you've got a Jayco caravan or some other brands, you probably know this problem. Some of these latches just don't reliably work. I'm going to show you today how to fix that. So firstly, on the inside, it's just a simple matter of undoing these two screws. They're just a Phillips head screw. So undo those first, and once you've got those screws out, you just pull the whole latch assembly out. Let's go and see the solution. Now the solution to this problem is not lubricant. Don't spray WD-40 in here, don't spray silicone spray, you're not going to need any of that sort of stuff. It's really straightforward. So firstly, we're going to take off this knob here, and that's the mechanism in the background. Alright, so let's see what the problem is. There's two common causes for these not working. The first is dust getting in there, and the second is it's just a little bit of wear. So to take these apart, you're going to get a screwdriver and just gently lever up on either side. If these haven't been opened before, they'll be glued in, possibly, so they can take a little bit of effort. There's just 4 fingers, 2 on each side, so you just have to be careful not to snap those as you take this off. You can buy these, by the way. You can buy these brand new from Jayco for about 14 bucks. But honestly, if you've got a lot of them, and you got like 10 of these cupboard doors, that's $140 to replace them all. You could do that if you wanted to. You might prefer to do that rather than fiddling around with what we're going to do. But it's not a difficult fix at all. So this latch has evidently never been apart, because once they have been apart, the glue's broken and they pop apart a lot more readily. There we go. In fact, that one actually snapped off, which is not great, but let's see how we go. Okay, so there's 4 components in here. You've got this metal part that goes up and down. You've got a spring that sits behind it. This is how it sits when it's in there. This is the white plastic bit that we're going to do some work on. I'm going to slide that out, and then you don't necessarily have to remove this, but we will as well. That's how it sits in there. Okay, because sometimes when you go to put them back together, you can forget how they go. That's going to slide out, and that's all there is to it. Now the issue is that, firstly, if these get dust on them, then the mechanisms can just get gummed up with dust and they don't move freely. They've got to be able to slide from side to side freely for these to be able to work properly. And if they get dust in them, they're not going to work properly. So first thing we're going to do is to just get some water. Not anything, any solvents, any fancy chemicals. We're just going to chuck this all in a container of water. Let me see what I'm doing there. A little bit of soap. And just give those a bit of a clean. Probably don't normally put that much water in, but just a little bit of soap on there, and just clean out any dust that might be in there, because if there's dust in there, that's going to muck up the mechanism. Okay, just make sure that's all nice and clean, particularly probably this slider here, that little nylon piece. You see a little bit of grime on there, so clean that, make sure that's, doesn't have to be spotless by any means. A little bit isn't going to matter, but while we're taking apart, we may as well do it properly. Get those all nice and clean. Okay, once they've had a wash, just take them out and let them dry, or dry them off with a hairdryer or something. Give them a little bit of rinse as well, just to get rid of that soap. I'll come back to that in a second when they're dry. Alright, so if it was dusty in there, you might find that just by putting these back together, that actually fixes it. That might be all you need to do. You may have to do nothing else. Now, I'm going to show you just a little bit closely, if you can see this. Through this back part of that window, you can see something moving from side to side while I'm pushing that, okay? That's the magic piece. Now what is supposed to happen, I'll show you on one that I've already fixed. That white piece, you see that white piece moving from side to side? You see at the end of the travel, it comes forward. Like that, see? Like that, see? That's what it needs to do. Over time, these little plastic fingers at the back that are designed to hold this forward, they can just start to bend. And so they just need to be stretched out a little bit to provide a bit more tension to hold this mechanism forward. Now, you're not going to want to do much. The simplest way to do this is just to get a lighter and just heat those edges very slightly. Where it joins, don't have to do it for long. That will just release a little bit of tension on there, and then that will go back in there. Now I can feel that that's just slightly tighter now than what it was before. Obviously you can't tell that. So I'll show you how to put it all back together first. So firstly, this piece here is going to slide with all that mechanism down. So this is going to go in like this. Okay, that's going to slide in like that. And that puts in here like this. Then you're going to have your spring. It's going to sit there. Your slider mechanism like this. The slider mechanism, and that is going to sit in this way. We basically like the W. It's going to sit down in that, and then this metal piece goes on top. Okay, and that's going to go down in there. Now the way this works, if you kind of want to know why this works, I mean if you don't care, just skip ahead, but the reason this works, this is how it's supposed to work. Okay, so as you push down, this finger here is what does all the work. Okay, this little finger at the tip. So as you push down, push the button, you see that white slider slides across, and then it lifts up, and it sits underneath and it gets caught about halfway up, and that's what holds the button in. Usually this little cover here is what's going to stop the whole thing falling out. Push it down again, it slides across, and then you see as it comes up, this little finger comes up that little channel, and what's supposed to happen is that when you pull it out, that little white bit will pop forward like that. Okay, what happens is if those fingers are stretched, it'll just stay back like this. And so what happens is the finger, instead of, when that white bit comes forward, it stops the finger from going back down the channel that just came back out. And the only thing it can then do is go back along that ramp and underneath and back up. Now when these get worn out, it's just as though it hasn't come all the way out. And when you push back down, instead of getting that white, instead of going down the ramp, it just goes back down that channel. So what's got to happen is for that whole white piece to be able to come forward by that spring tension, like that, and that's what allows it to return to its standard position. So that's explained why this works. So let's just put this all back together now. And this, of course, as I said, we've actually got one broken finger on that, but hopefully that won't affect it. That goes on like this and just pushes back in. There we go. And hopefully now, look at that. No matter what I do, which angle that, it's absolutely fine. Now, if you want to, that's really all you need to do. But if you find it doesn't quite work the way you'd want, okay, if it doesn't quite work the way you want and you feel it needs a bit of lubrication, you can just get a little bit of silicone lubricant. Like you probably do something like this and just spray a little bit on there if you want to. It doesn't need a lot because these things are not lubricated when they come out of factory. They don't need it. But if you find that, you know, it's just not quite going the way you'd expect, you can put a bit on now, but don't bother doing it at the beginning. You see, that's still working absolutely fine. Don't bother with silicone spray at the beginning because that's not the problem. All the silicone does is sort of help to maintain the mechanism working properly once you've actually got it working the way it should be. So back in the van, we can just screw the knob on there, put that back in the hole, and put our screws back in. And moment of truth. Reliable every time. So I hope that's been helpful. This will hopefully save you, if you do this, about $15 per cupboard latch. So if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe and share it with anybody else who might find this useful. But that's all for now, so I'll catch you next time.